Right, hello everyone, गुड इवनिंग एंड बहुत अच्छा है आप सब लोग वापस आए. ओके, सो इफ आई एम ऑडिबल इनफ just say yes on the chat window. I can take it forward likewise. Am I audible? Right, hello everyone, good evening and बहुत अच्छा है आप सब लोग. Okay, so okay, wonderful. So fine. As of now, today we don't have any Kahoot, right? So today we are going to take entire time for session. But first of all, tell me, uh, you all have your own Docker setup in your system. So how many of you have Docker setup in your laptop? Docker setup in your laptop. Just say yes and no in your chat window. I just want to see because I want to assign task accordingly. So type yes if you have setup in your laptop and type no if you don't have. So I'm getting yes message couple of. I want answer from everyone. So till now, so that means you can access your so you don't need any AWS or any access, right? You have determined everything by your own. Okay, so that means you are able to practice. So whosoever also, if you are working on Kata Coda, yes, that means Docker engine. Let me revise it again. That means Docker engine is running on your system. Docker engine, right? So that means you have your local system where you can pull images, whatever operations by using PowerShell or whatever, it doesn't matter. So let's say so this thing, what I'm going to say, all of you have to install Docker CE in any of the case. So I believe if you have Windows 8 or Windows 10 or you have Ubuntu based system or you have Red Hat or CentOS or you have Kali or any other operating system. So Docker CE must be up and running in your local system, because whatever we are going to do from now onwards, we need to use your own laptops. So whosoever, if you don't have Linux as of now, please install it, right? And in case if you're facing installation problem in your system, then I'll be able to help you, right? So I'm gonna help on that yes, how you gonna install your Docker engine in your system. Okay, so it's very easy, although you don't have to worry about anything. So I'm gonna share a setup for you. So what you can do, you all can install Linux from here. So the best version is CentOS 7 VDI download. So this is a VMware file by CentOS 7. So I'm sharing a link. You can download that file, right? So that is CentOS 7, this one, 64-bit Virtualbox. So if I'm giving this link, if I'm clicking on, maybe it's starting downloaded, right? I don't want to download it anyway, but if you have VMware or VirtualBox, so if you have VirtualBox and 64-bit version, you can download this CentOS 7 or this CentOS 7, both. Click here. Don't download for 32-bit if you don't have. And if you have VMware, so you can download this link. You don't have to install, just download, and tonight by 100% sure I'll be sharing how to do that. Right? So you don't have to be dependent on anything. Yes, you can use virtual machine like VirtualBox. So first of all, you have to download VirtualBox, and that VirtualBox is already there in the link, I believe. So if I'll see here in my Windows downloads, right? Because it's very important to download VirtualBox. So this is VirtualBox 5 point something, and you can also download VirtualBox download. Okay, so this is Oracle official website. From here you can get, let's say if you have Windows machine, so you can use this 5.0 build virtual machine for Windows host. Okay, and for Windows host, just click here. So this is the link. I'm just sharing this link on the chat window. So this is the VirtualBox setup, and this is a website from where, make sure you have 64-bit version of Windows. You can check it by right click, and I'm sharing this link for CentOS download. It's not a huge file. You can see here only 1.2 GB or 1 point something GB. So how to use this one, I'll be making a video for the same tonight, and I'll be sharing. So the point is, if you don't have a Docker, in your local system, it will be a problem for everyone, right? So don't you have to be dependent on here. If you have Amazon Cloud Access, you can do here as well, but this is for all of the people who don't have VirtualBox as of now. So VirtualBox or Red Hat or whatever you have, you don't have to install Docker Toolbox or something. So I'm giving a direct way how you can use that simply. Okay, so make sure why I have shared both the links, so that you can download it in advance, and then I'll be sharing video tonight. I don't know about the time, but I'll be sharing video around 1 a.m. tonight, right? And then you can use that video to install the setup in your local Windows system, right? This VirtualBox setup is not for the ones who already have any of the Linux. So if you already have Linux like this or this or this, you don't have to use VirtualBox, right? So this is not for you. You can directly install. And I'll be also sharing how to install VirtualBox in Red Hat or CentOS or in Anton Kali is not used by much of people and in Ubuntu. But if you already have, you can just drop me a message personally on WhatsApp. You are facing some problem in installing here. But for this setup that I've sent, it's all for all Windows people. Okay, so I think it's all fine, right? So just say yes message in the chat window if you're all okay, and we can proceed further. Okay. One more thing I'll be doing for you. I'll be making a video about web servers. So I'm making a note again. What exactly web server is? So about web server, you have to understand that a web server is the one where you can host your websites or you can run your website. So about these web server, we discussed about these two, Nginx and Apache HTTPD, right? The most common thing about them, they both are using same port number, 80 and 80. If you talk about document root, right? If you talk about document root, so I have already shared this detail with all of you. So Nginx has a document root called /usr/share/nginx and /html, right? But Apache HTTPD, this has var www html. So in short, we have these web servers. So as of now, you have to understand. So let's say if you have a website that is coded by you, so this website must be copied under this location or under this location, right? So yesterday we have used Nginx. Today we are going to use HTTPD. I'll be taking more example of Nginx as well, right? Any website, any, it doesn't matter. If you have a website that is built on PHP, right? PHP or Python or Node or something. So I'll be taking a couple of examples of PHP and Python, Django and Flask and Node. So we have a lot of session pending for Dockerfile. Okay. So if this setup, this is pretty much understood by all of you, please write the comment. Yes, you understand about both the server. Nginx has the same port number and the document root, and this will be same. All right. So waiting for your response. Just if you got those both the web servers, yes, you're fine with them. Just type okay, fine, or yes on the chat section. Now let's start working with Dockerfile again. All right. So I'm going to create this. So summer 2020. This is my page, and I'm gonna create a new folder. Make sure you are always creating a new folder for every new Docker file. So I'm just creating a folder like HTML website, right? And I'm copying all this data, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever we have. and pasting here, right? So make sure every Docker file must have in a separate folder. So my directory architecture is pretty simple. I have summer 2020 folder in my desktop. Under this, I have this HTML website folder. And under this, I have this website code in folder. I have Dockerfile. So today, I'm gonna create a new folder. Let's say my own website or web page, or maybe I can just rename it by Ashutosh web page, right? So I'm creating a pretty new folder, and under this, let me create a page. So I'm going to create a notepad file, and here I'm going to write a sample HTML code. So I'm going to write HTML open, HTML close, although I hate to write here, but head tag open and close. And then under title section, I'm writing hello ad hoc networks with container, right? It's quite long, big one. Title is Devops only, untitled closed. I'm starting body section and then body close. Again, H1 tag, very normal code. Hello ad hoc networks. Docker is love. So this is your sample code, and that I'm saving it. So when I'm saving, I'll be choosing my desktop again in summer 2020 Ashutosh web page, and here I'm saving like ashutosh.html. So the page name I'm giving by the name of ashutosh.html. I'm making it quick so that you can just create after that. You don't have to do right now, okay? Just watch the video and try to follow it, right? So if you are getting the idea and concept, so this is my very simple website, and I have saved here, okay? Only HTML, no CSS, no JavaScript. So now if I want to host this website in a container, so I have to think about any of the web server. So let me take an example of Nginx again, okay? So now I'm gonna create a Docker file. So again, notepad, I'm gonna give a name called Dockerfile, only Dockerfile, save, fine. And this one, I'm gonna write from Nginx. I can write in a small letter as well, Nginx, maintainer, Ashutosh, and then I'm gonna use copy. So ashu.html I have to copy under usr share nginx html, but any of the web server that you talk about, these and these, they can take only index.html as a default page. So when the page name under these document root is index.html, then the web server can show, right? So if I'll copy like this, your website will not be visible, right? So I have to copy by the name of index.html. If it is already index.html, then you don't have to write anything here, right? And if it is index.html, okay, so if it is not, you have to write it. So this one, exposing the port number 80, and that's it. So this is the most simple Docker file, okay? So even the file name is .txt. I don't want that. So I can go in view in file extension and I'll be renaming it. I don't want .txt. Rename. Yes. So now my .txt got. So I hope you are all Windows expert. So you can see view, click on file extension name, and yes. So now my file is no more in .txt. So this is my very sample file, and let me just build it. So how do I build that file? So I'm going that, and you know that how we do that. So in PowerShell, if you have Docker installed in your own system, so you have to go to this location. I'm going in desktop, summer 2020, and here I have Ashutosh web, and then I have this file. See, so if I want to connect with my Amazon cloud, I can do both way, right? So I do docker build -t Ashutosh uh, Ashutosh Docker or Ashutosh web app version 111 and dot. Dot means the location of a Docker file. There's no .txt, so that I don't have to supply -f. So I'm hitting enter. So when I'm hitting enter, I'm just yes. See, so in my local system, this image got built. I can show you by Docker images. See, Ashutosh web app v111 10 seconds ago here. So this is locally built. If I want to build the same image in my Amazon Docker engine, so I will just expose this variable like this. So I can take my IP address from here. Okay, this is my IP address. And then colon 2375 close, and now I hit the same command again, so it got built over there. And if I see by Docker images, whoa, this is on my Amazon engine. So it's quite very simple, right? First time it got built in my local machine, second time I connected with my Docker engine, then because my why I'm able to build it locally, because my Docker desktop is also running. See, Docker desktop is running, right? So I just build it, and that's it. So if I want to create container from this, so what I'll do, Docker run -itd or -d, then -p, some number and 80 port. So left hand port number will be very much unique, right hand will be 80, and the name of image colon tag, so v111, right? Hitting enter. Okay, containers got created for me, and it's running on 9933 port number. So if I'll use my Amazon image here, 9933, so 9933, yeah, it's working fine. Okay, now even if you build it on local system, so I'm just exiting from here, I'm opening my PowerShell again, and in my local system, if I have this container running, if I'll create it again, let's say in my local machine 1122, okay, so the container is started in my local system, and I can use a 1122 with 127.0.0.1 colon, what was the port number, 1122.1122, and see, it's also running. So make sure before accessing, if you check Docker PS, and you will be able to list that container locally or globally. So you'll be able to hit that. You can just test the same URL from your own system. So I'm giving the link to all of you. Okay. So this is a quite and very easy method to deploy or host any of the website in a container. Look at the time. See, you just write a Docker file, build it, and done. Write Docker file, build it, and done. So that means you are just doing it step by step. Okay. So if you are having some issue or problem as of now, then you can ask here in the chat window. Otherwise, please just give me two answers. Am I doing fast or slow, or it's cool, the pace? I mean, the way I'm teaching you, the pace is good, and you got the one. This is this Dockerfile idea. So just give me answer on the chat window, yes or no, about the pace and about this Dockerfile. This is the most simplest Dockerfile ever, right? So waiting for more messages. All right, cool. Now, because my website got updated, maybe. Oh, yes. So what I can do, I can just share this on GitHub. All right. I don't remember that problem, Harsh. So you can maybe ask again. Anyway, so Dockerfile and this. Let's say I'm gonna update the website again. So I'm going to just open this page in Notepad, more apps. Where is my Notepad? This is okay. And I'm gonna update this page. So let's say I'm just putting img tag and src. Let's say I'm giving docker.png, any file. I'm not sure about this file. Let's say if I'm going to Google and searching for Docker, no, Docker only, and then I'm going here. I'm taking any of the Docker example, Docker something, let's say this or this or this. So I think this will be fine. Okay. So I'm downloading this page in my local PC. So I'm saving this image under my website page, and name is very big, so I'm giving like Docker. All right. And then in my folder, I have docker.jpg. So that docker.jpg I'm writing in my Docker file, sorry, in my HTML, right? Docker.jpg. So my website has two things now, ashutosh.html and docker.jpg. And that means what I'm doing, I'm upgrading my website here. Okay. So now I can Okay, see, so what I have to do when I make some changes, I have to make changes in my Docker file as well. See, because I'm copying this folder, this page, and I'm copying like again one more copy instruction. I'm copying docker.jpg to USR, same location, share, nginx, HTML, and by the same name. So it's always good idea to write the same name again, right? And this. So the file name is still same. I have introduced one more thing that is here. Okay. So this is data and file both I'm copying here. And when I'm copying the both thing, I'm gonna just close this and let me rebuild the image. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to rebuild the image. How? By executing that same command. See, so this time I'm going to build Ashutosh web app version 2. So that will be my version 2 image where this new content got updated. Whoa, right? And if I want to build it up in my Amazon engine, I can just build it again. Okay. So respectively, it is taking more time because it is copying your local file to Amazon cloud. Don't you think it's that much cool? See, because when you are building image from your Docker file, actually this data is getting copied in Amazon cloud instance as a Docker image, right? So you don't have to set up any connection. It's getting copied here, right? Now we have the same thing. So let's run that. So I'm gonna run the container by docker run -itd -p. Let's this time 4400 port number with 80. So my container got started. May take some time, yes. So docker ps, it's 4400. So if I'll change this 4400, yeah. So now the website got updated with 4400, right? So I have this code running. So that is also I'm coming to that point. I'm coming to that point. Okay. So this was the very first. So this is one web page, another web page. Let me copy. Let me download another Docker image. So let's say now, as a developer, I'm going to download another Docker image, and then I'm saving another copy in my desktop Ashutosh web site by the name of Docker EE Docker EE.png. So I'm just taking another example. See, I have Docker EE. Now what I have to do, I have to make change in my website also. So I'm gonna use another img tag and src, and this time docker ee.png, right? So I got this now and I'm saving it back. So when I'm saving it back, I need to change the Docker file again, and I have to give another same line from my Windows machine to here. Okay, so and this time will be docker ee.png, and I'm copying by the same name like docker ee.png. So I am using 3, right? I'm coming to your point, Mukesh, after this, right? So 3 times 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now when I have this everything up and ready, so if you are getting point, every time you are changing in a page, you have to rebuild that Docker image. So that means, let me take that one. So that means if this was your website version 1, so you created Docker image accordingly. Docker image. Then after that, you shifted to website version 2. You have to create another image. And you shifted back to website version 3. You have to create another image. Right? Another image. Don't you think? And you are giving another name. So it was a name N1, it was a name N2, it was a name N3. Likewise, name N1, N2, and N3. Fine. So let's build that. I'll be coming to the problem. So this is the problem and solution I'll be giving. So I'm going back to my CMD again, and let me build again. So I'm building it like application version 3. Right? When the application version 3 is got created, let me create container again by docker run -d -p 8800 colon 80, and this time the container is getting created. See, and I can go in my browser, and here I can do 8800. Whoa, see, this is another image and something. So it doesn't matter how websites look like, but whatever we are doing, it is getting updated here. This is Docker Enterprise Web UI and version 3. So we have 3 different Docker images and 3 different websites, right? Still all the websites are running with 8800, 4444 and everything. So if I change the port to 4444, 4444, so it's running still. Okay. All right. So in short, this is one thing. So I'm again requesting to everybody, right? It's a request, very humble, very much humble request from my end. Again, comment with the first of all, if you think I'm going fast, you can just say go slow. So my pace is good. And the second thing, you are understanding. Practical you can do in because you have rest 20 hours to do. So if both you are understanding and the pace or the speed of the session is entirely good, just say yes or perfect message in the chat window. Waiting for your responses in the messages. Okay, so just reply there in the chat window very much fastly or efficiently. I'm audible enough? So I want maximum response. It's not about one or two people, right? So because if you do practice at your home, it will be really really very good, right? So I want everybody to just respond me back. Okay, so that means I'm not going fast. Okay, so now see, this is something. So I'm going to share a trick for the same, right? I'm going to share a trick because the way we are designing the website or Docker file. See, this way, if we keep adding these copy statement multiple times, this Docker file will become, maybe 1,000 line of code in Docker file itself, right? So I'm giving a solution of two things to you, and those are, first of all, I'm erasing this. So the first one, never create multiple name or tag of Docker image for same web app, for same website or code, right? First thing, never right? It will be something like this. Yeah, Boni, I'll be just switching to that also. Okay, no problem. So first of all, never create multiple name or tag of Docker image for same website. You don't have to do that ever. You don't have to do that. Second thing, so this is your first learning. I'm gonna share you how you're gonna do that, right? The second thing, always put your code in a directory. So we are not going to create multiple name or tag. What does that mean? Because if I show you in my PowerShell what I did, see, I created image name same, a tag. I created another image, another tag. I created another image, another tag. So I have one, two, three images. So let's not do that. It's not the best practice. You create only one image and all the code will be under this. So I'm gonna merge image 1, image 2, image 3 in a single image, right? So number 3, all images of same app or same code we're gonna merge. We are merging it. Okay? It's very poor writing. Anyway, So hopefully it's all same. Harsh, we are not going to use that, and there is a very different reason for that. I'll be telling you, okay, why. So we have that session in event. So see, first of all, what we're going to do, I'm going to create a folder here, and that I'm going to take, let's say, web, any name folder, and I'm going to take all these data, I'm going to put under this. So now my Docker file is outside, my all code is under folder, okay, outside, and all code is in folder. Make sure the file name that is the home page of your website, it must be index.html. So the file name must be index.html, the first page. That means I'm talking about the home page. That's it. So this is the one. Now, rather than creating so many times copy instructions, I'm gonna replace all these with a single keyword called copy. And I'm gonna give the folder name and USR share nginx HTML. Do not forget to put / here. Listen, right? If you are forgetting, don't forget to put / here. If you're not putting this / here, this will be not working. So if for some of you this thing is not working, make sure you end with / this HTML folder, right? It's very important. Okay, so it's very important. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save this, right? And let me remove everything from my container. So I'm gonna kill all my Docker images. I'm gonna remove all my container, and I'm gonna remove all my images. So I'm removing every single thing from my Amazon host. So now I have nothing. Okay, so I'm showing you I have no Docker images, I have no containers, everything is gone, everything. So you can assume this is my first web application that I'm going to create on top of my Docker. So I'm writing this. I've removed everything, nothing found. Okay. Now, first of all, you have this folder where your code is here, and outside this folder you have Dockerfile, and you have written that. Now I'm just gonna build it. So this time I'm gonna build like Docker build -t, let's say Ashutosh College colon project version project 1. Okay, so I'm making a Docker image where the code and operating system will be there, project 1. So I'll be updating every time here. So I'm hitting enter. So this image will be right. And now what just happened? Okay, sorry. So there is a problem that I have ended this with /. So I have to put comment under the line here. Okay, not in the front. So I'm closing it now and I'm rebuilding it again. See, it's all done, tagged. Now I can see my Docker image is right here. It got built. So my college project, and I'm gonna use this to create my container. So Docker run -d -p 9900 and 80 port. So college project 1 is my image got. Guys, don't delete any images. It will be unnecessarily, time taking. Okay, so the container got started. That is 9900. And if I use this like 9900, see. So my first code is running, and how I did that, see. So this is a folder, this is one. Now, definitely if I want to, upgrade my website, this time please make sure you are just focusing here. What if I want to upgrade my website? So let's say I'm making some changes in my website, and here I'm just writing like, let's say marq tag, and I'm closing with this marq tag, right? And I'm copying this website, this line, and pasting it maybe twice, maybe thrice. Okay, I'm doing it, here, and I'm gonna write a tag h2. Okay, fine, it's cool. So this is just copying it. All right. Now things got copied. What I'll do, let me just build this image again. So see, this time remember, I'm not going to change anything. I'm not going to change anything. I'll be building with the same name and same tag, no change. So if I'll hit enter, whoa, the same image got built. Now if I'll create one more container, let's say 9100, 9100, so 9100, yes. So it is now actually so I've not changed any of the images, no tag, nothing, and it is now running. Okay, so likewise, if you keep updating this website, you don't have to change the tag at all. So let me kill all the containers for you. Okay, no issues, and these are running. So every time, you get it? So you don't have to change any way. All right. Okay. So if you understand this all scenario, that we are putting the code in a directory and we are giving a same name every time. It's merged, right? So the image is not overridden. You know what? The most beautiful thing about this Docker image is, so first of all, the most beautiful thing about Docker image is, see, so now I'm just making another node, Docker image reality. So Docker image reality is, let's say this is Docker Hub and you downloaded image for the first time. Let's call it Nginx, right? And that Nginx image has not any of the code that you created, right? So one day, you as an engineer, you created a website and version 1 of it. So what you did, you used Dockerfile and created and used this Docker image and created a new image called, let's say, Ashutosh version 1, right? So what exactly happened? So when you download some image from Docker Hub, it has a layer. Let's call it layer number 1. It has layer architecture. Okay. So once you apply that code with Dockerfile and the same image, and you create this one, let's assume it becomes layer number 2. And the name of layer 2 is this, right? After 2 days or 3 days or 5 days, what you did, you upgrade your website from some code, so let's say version 1 to version 2, but again you use the same Docker file and you build the image with the same name, Ashutosh version 1 again. But here what happened, another layer got upgraded, so layer 3. Now your this name is not pointing to this layer anymore. This name is pointing to this layer. So when you start a container from the same name, it will pick top layer. And if you want, you can switch back to this layer for understanding. So that means every time you are giving the same name again by changing in the code is not overridden. It's not overridden. It is getting merged. And that merged means, so this is a separate copy, this is a separate copy. So by default, when you start a container, it will always start from a top layer, right? It will always start from a top layer. So if you are understanding this logic, just say yes in the chat window, and so that I can show that demo for you, right? As the session is going more deeper, number of attendees is getting low and low. So yesterday it was 55, 70, and these days it only 35 people. So whenever there is a working session, people are coming out. Okay, so you're understanding this one. Even in case if you have some queries, some question, right? Please do ask. Yes, yes, we can use previous layer. No, it will not be updated automatically. Kind of, kind of. So Piyush, kind of version control. So I'm getting few messages. I want yes from everyone, right? So that means uh, every time, let me reconnect those dots. Every time you update in the code and you keep building image by the same name, so it becomes a new layer, right? It becomes new layer. But the existing layer will be there, right? Existing layer will be there. So you can tell me about that. How to remove a name of container from the bridge network. So no, I think we have not started networking yet, but you can delete the container or there is a command of disconnect, Docker network disconnect. A separate image, not container, separate image. So the concept behind this layer is a hashing system. That means they are using hash format. Okay. And the most beautiful thing is if you don't want to put your code in your folder, let's create a Git repo. So if I don't want to keep locally, so I can just log in my GitHub, okay, and I can just let's create a new repo with the name of summer 2020 Docker test, okay, and I'm creating it by initializing. What I can do, I can simply upload that file, both the files here. See, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just select both the files and drop here. Okay, so I'm selecting and dropping, and I'm just commenting like, oh, Docker file with code and commit. So I can do simply drag and drop, and once I do drag and drop, see, I have Docker file in GitHub, right? I have web folder here. Now if someone else, let's say if you want to build image, right? No, it will not be Neha. So I can use this link. I can use this link and build an image. So how do I build image this time? So I can go anywhere, like let's say I'm going back from any place. How do I do that? Docker build hyphen tag Ashutosh, or let's say ad hoc app version 1 and the GitHub URL. So it is going to take that URL directly and build that image. So even if your code and Docker file is not present in the local system, so you can also build Docker image from GitHub. Okay, and see, if I do Docker images, it got built ad hoc, where it got, what was the name, ad hoc? Yes, ad hoc app 1. Okay, so it's quite simple. So always, keep that practice to put your code in GitHub. So the code and this one, all right? Once you have the same, and once we have, update the image simply. Now, if I want to see what are the layers, okay, what are the layers in the images? So, no, you don't have to create a new repo. You can just update your code here. You see, for one website, you can create a new repo, and that also can be solved if you don't want to create new repo again. So for one website or for one application, you can create only one repo, and here you can keep updating. So here, if you want to make some changes, let's say here, I'm going into this file, editing it, and once I'm editing, like I'm removing this Docker EE actually, instead of that, I'm just putting, let's say H1 again, hola Docker, H1 close, and I'm changing this commit, and I'm rebuilding Docker image again. So that is going to connect, and now I can create container here. Docker run -d -p 880980. 8809. Okay. 8809. See, hold on. All right. So I got some questions. Yes, definitely. For a new entire website, you need to create a new repo. That's what the GitHub is all about. So people are using GitHub in that much way, in the same way, right? So anyway, we have this Docker image. So if you all are pretty much okay and feeling confident about the same, no. In this case, you have to delete that container first. Rhythm. You have to delete the existing container and recreate it. Okay. So if you all are okay with the one, with this concept and practical, then type yes, that you are getting building mesh from. So what thing we have covered is Docker image building from a local folder and from GitHub, right? And the next is using same name. Okay, using same name. So if you're using same name, that means we don't have to remember the name of a. So for one web application, you can use only one name, and that will be, again and again extending the same thing, right? So looking for responses from all people, just do it very fastly. Okay. Now I'm pretty excited to show new things. Let me change another code here. So this time I'm changing to hello Docker. This is version 3 of my website. Version 3 of my website. And I'm commenting to v3. So as of now, if you can see here, this is hello Docker, not version 3. Okay, so let me rebuild the image again. So I'm rebuilding this image. And when I'm rebuilding, let me remove all the running containers first because it is creating a mess for me. So I'm killing all the containers. And I'm removing as well. Fine. So now when the image got built again, let me run it again. So 8809, and if I refresh it, yes, version 3 of the website. Okay, so this is my version 3 of this web application. Now the most interesting thing ever for you. So my website has version 1, my website has version 2, my website has version 3, and this is the one that is running. How do I roll back one thing, or how I can deploy a container for version 2 or for version 1? But the fact is we have only one image, right? So remember, we have only one image and the image name is this. But we have changed 3 times, version 1, version 2, version 3. But still the image name is same. So if I want to deploy this image, how do I do that? So if I want to check how many times I have committed, so the command is docker history and the name of image to check the version. Okay, cool. See, so the layer I was talking about, this is layer number 1 that was created 2 weeks back. This is this is version 1 of my website. This is version 2 of my website. Okay, and this is version 3 of my website. You can use that. I'm not saying you have to reconnect it all. So now you have to understand how you're gonna maintain or merge that thing. So if I'll show you by Docker images, ad hoc app, where it gone? Ad hoc app version 1, ad hoc app version 1, where it gone? So the name of image, ad hoc app version 1, where it got? Ad hoc app version 1 has D3, E3 something something, D3 image ID. And if you see in the image history, D3. Now, but how to roll back, that you have to figure out. See, you cannot roll back likewise. So this question I'm just leaving up to you. This is D3 image, this is that. So this will show you the history, what you did. So for that, I'm giving you the assignment, how to roll back with the particular thing. Okay. So one method is, just you can give tags, different tags. Another method is by using history. So now this is very much up to you. History command is very popular, right? So this was my, I can say, Nginx based web application. But let's say if I want to host the same thing, same code, same web application in my no, you don't have to. So in my Apache HTTPD server, right? So how we use Apache HTTPD server to submit? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another Docker file for the same website. Let's say this time I'm creating a notepad, and I'm gonna save like Ashutosh dot docker file. Ashutosh dot docker file here. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do, from CentOS. Okay, so I hope you guys are already understanding how to install your own server. So from HTTPD, I'm gonna use maintainer. Okay, and Ashutosh @linux.com. I'm going to use run, and I'm going to install HTTPD first. Here we have to install it, and then we have to use copy instruction to copy this web folder under var www.html, and then we have to expose that keyword to 80, and I have to write entry point to start web server like this. So last line, we are starting HTTPD server. Although I'm gonna explain this entire thing tomorrow session, but I'm just showing you as of now, right? I'm not explaining anything about this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this one, going in this here, and let me just drag and drop here. So I'm picking that file, not that one. And okay, sorry. So I've uploaded this new Docker file, Apache HTTPD. Yes. So we have second Docker file. Yes, we have. We have. We have. So, right. Let's build another image. So this time I'm using ad hoc app version 2 and -f. File name is ashu.dockerfile, because if the file name is not exactly Dockerfile, you have to supply that file name. And here it is going to build that. So it is installing a web server on CentOS 8. Look at the process, how fast it is in containers. So Docker images, see version 2. And if I run it, just to show you guys, if I run this application, the same application in another web server, 1122. So it's 1122. 1121. Yeah, so it is running. So today session -f for file name, -f for file name. If the file name is not exactly Docker file like this, if the file name is not Docker file, we have to supply -f to give the file name. Okay. So I hope you uh, are going to rock it. So you need to practice a lot. Let me tell you one thing. If you will do hard work, there is no need of smart work right now until unless you are not understanding the technology in depth, right? So take an oath, kasam khalo, that Docker will be the most loving technology for you, right? So at least give your 4 hours, 4 dedicated hours to research more and more about. So you can, take your time from XYZ places out and give here, right? So can I expect the same? You have to learn again, again, and again. Do your hard work. There is a huge documentation by Docker Docs, right? So I can expect the same thing, that you guys are going to learn more and more. Okay, so just say yes. And by saying the same, thank you so much for today. I hope you will study more, and hopefully you enjoyed the session. There was learning today, baby, right? So lab will be open for entire night. Don't worry about that. So the labs will be running for entire night. Okay. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. And please do more and more hard work. You need to work really fast, because as soon as we are moving into the more Docker concepts, So we will be having more fun. Okay, bye bye. I'm closing this session now.